of us want to be on camera.
Is that why you covered up like the ninja?
That's kind of racist. You shouldn't say.
What ninja? Ninja's racist.
Somebody was saying that you've been making some comments which are a bit...
No, I don't give details about it. There's no crime being committed.
Okay, I require you to give me your details under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act.
Oh yeah, I do not give
Failure to give me your details will render you being arrested. Okay.
All right, arrest me then. Because I ain't done nothing wrong. It's all on video, mate.
Okay.
It's all on video. What's your calling number?
Charlie Sierra 637. You're under arrest at the moment for failure.
What the fuck you doing?
You're under arrest at the moment.
Yeah, you just took my phone off.
Alright then, so as you've seen from that video, he does get arrested for calling somebody a ninja. Because, now I don't know if he's just dumb to religion or whatnot, but he did call somebody a ninja who took offence to being called a ninja, so the police have arrested him under Section 50. But they are claiming it's racist. That wouldn't be Section 50 of the Police Reform Act. That's because this copper doesn't know what's legislation to use. But we'll get into all that in a minute. But, yeah, so we'll get into all that in a minute. So this video, as you just seen, he does get arrested. I don't know what the outcome of that arrest was. Hopefully he sues them for wrongful arrest, using the wrong legislation and all that sort of crap. Because it is ignorance of religion. We've seen that in his other video. Or he acts ignorant of religion. But they would have to prove that he's not ignorant of religion, which is pretty hard to do. So he's gone to this pro-Hamas bloody support or whatever it is, Free Palestine support. Don't give a toss. Doesn't affect my country, and how our country is affected by this doesn't bother me at all. One simple reason: our country has got more than enough problems to deal with before meddling in other countries' businesses. Our country should always come first, and all these people on the streets which are promoting Hamas, or they say they're not, but Charlie Veach has shown that a lot of them, that's what a lot of them are doing, which is a terror group which is not tolerated whatsoever, and they should be arrested or banned, these pro-Hamas marches. But that's for a completely different video. Let's just get straight into this one.
What can bring the room? Relax, please. Come down. Come down. No, we can't go to home. Leave. Go. Go. No, we can't go.
This is crazy, guys. This is crazy.
Go. Please, just be peaceful. You just move like this. Shut up!
Go.
Ma'am, I am making a point over here, and they are moving like this. I am a taxpayer. I am a taxpayer.
Don't shout at that.
A lot of people recording here today.
He's good. He's right. He's never wrong. Ice cream.
Okay, and so this guy, which is not happy about them booing at him, he looks to be Pakistani or Bangladeshi. So being booed by this crowd for nothing, just being Indian, well, of that sort of race, Bangladeshi, Pakistani, would that not count as a hate crime? Because that's what it would be if you're that race, and then you're getting booed by a completely other race. I believe that would be a hate crime. Am I wrong? Now, the police did what about it? Nothing. He did complain to the police and they told him to shut up, to stop shouting. Now, I would understand his frustrations if a mob was booing you while you was walking down the street just for being the race you are. That is a hate crime.
Well, move your face away then.
Oh, were you with her? Or
No, I'm not with her at all. I'm by myself. Independent.
Oh, you got backed up. Just go away. Go back to your room. Go back, but they don't have to.
We've got all rights to film in public round here. You go away. These people are crazy.
Pushing towards more like the government to take responsibility and that the national community more seriously and within international borders. So these guys keep your movement, all the forces are protected. This is for all of us, for humanity, for all of
She's not touching you. She makes not touching you. She is not touching you. She's not touching you. She's a renowned
This is crazy. These people are nuts.
So this is a problem here, isn't it? In my opinion, right? You got this lass here filming. Now you can see she's moved in several different places to try and get away from these two women, which are... It's harassing her. They are harassing her. She's moved back. She's moved from one side to the other, and they are basically harassing her. And the police are saying, "What? Well, don't record people. Are you for real? Are you for real?" Now, if that was the other way, and she was following them, I'm pretty sure you'd have a little bit more to say. This is another sign of two-tier, too scared to do anything against one group of people, but not another. And you're going to see that again in a minute. But let's just get straight into that bit.
As soon as there's a problem, like this, go, oh, please. What do you do? She's like all the sides. No, they're not like all the chicks. It's mostly the I know this because she's destroyed.
Someone from the Lewis Trade Council today. So if you Lewis Trade Council, your opponent of remote places like Lewis. And those viewers. At risk of repeating all that, and Steve, thanks for saying
You lot make great YouTube content.
Not all of us want to be on camera.
Is that why you covered up like the ninja?
That's kind of racist. You shouldn't say
What, ninja? Ninja's racist.
Okay then, so I'm not going to get into the hate crime at the moment. I'll get into that when it comes to being arrested for that. But obviously the police don't realise that's what it is for and use a different section, but we'll get into that as it gets there. Now, my opinion on the hijab and the Islamic faith in general is they believe the Prophet Muhammad, and everywhere he says, now the Prophet Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl. Now, in this country, we call that pedophilia. So I will not believe anything Muslim or Islamic person believes. Why? Because they believe every word that Prophet Muhammad has said and does. They believe that they should live the life like he did. Now, like I said, Prophet Muhammad, one of his wives was Aisha, I think it was Aisha, which was a 6-year-old girl who he married and then later on had sex with, which is paedophilia. It's also classed as rape in this country. So if you was to go on the streets and marry a 6-year-old, which is not allowed, and then had sex with that 6-year-old, it would be it would be rape. It would be rape of a minor. It would be rape of a child. So why is that allowed to be celebrated in our country? Now, I don't really care if they'd want to do that, but don't push that religion on anybody. Keep it to yourself, because in this country we do not like that sort of stuff. Like I said, it's classed as paedophilia, which is not accepted whatsoever. But that's got nothing to do with this. I just think it's wrong in general. And I would never follow a Muslim faith whatsoever because they believe in the Prophet Muhammad, which is the first prophet to be sent from Allah, and believe every single word he has said. And it is known that he married a 6-year-old girl. No, I do not care if it was different times or whatnot, it is still wrong. But that's got nothing to do with this, so let's just continue on to the video.
I'm homophobic now. Is homophobic against you?
Disgusted.
No, definitely not disgusted.
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
Because I want to.
This is a public space. Oh, good for them. I'm not supporting anybody. I'm not supporting anybody. You're just making yourself look an idiot. You can say as much as you want. You can say as much as you want. What about when Hamas decided to kidnap kids? You go away.
Support of genocide, support of murder, go away.
Support of crazy people.
You're both antagonising each other by your...
I'm trying to film him and she's coming out.
It doesn't help anyone. They're both just antagonising each other.
That's what we have to be united, and that's what you've seen happening on a small scale.
No, let's get out of here. These guys are crazy.
Basically, somebody was saying that you've been making some comments which are a bit...
No, I don't give details about it. There's no crime being committed.
Okay, I require you to give me your details under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act.
Oh yeah, I do not give
Failure to give me your details will...
Okay then, so let's get straight into Section 50. Section 50 of the Police Reform Act 2002, which is a new knowingly used abuse of power. So Section 50 is persons engaging in antisocial behaviour. Now, antisocial behaviour, would you say anything he did was antisocial? What does it say? If a constable in uniform has reasonable belief that a person has engaged or is engaging in antisocial behaviour, he may request that person to give his name, address to the constable. So failure to give name and address when required to do so under this section, or giving a false one, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so what is antisocial behaviour? So it does say antisocial behaviour, meaning of antisocial behaviour is in section 2 of the Antisocial and Crime and Policing Act of 2014. So let's actually have a look at that section. Here's that section. As we just said, it's the Antisocial Behaviour and Crime and Policing Act of 2014, section 2. Which states, in this part, antisocial behaviour means conduct that has caused or is likely to cause harassment, alarm or distress to any person. Conduct capable of causing nuisance or annoyance to a person in relation to that person's occupation of residence and... Right, that bit is absolutely irrelevant, but it's actually important as well. One simple reason. Now, would you say what Audit and You Next did was antisocial? No, what I'll say these are doing is antisocial. You've already heard them saying all Jews are something, which is quite racial in my opinion. They booed a Bangladeshi guy or Pakistani guy walking by, and I would say that is causing, or likely to cause, harassment, alarm and distress to any person. So what that group is doing is antisocial in my opinion. Like, or it could be defined as antisocial by their own definitions of antisocial behaviour. So Section 50 is absolutely irrelevant in this case. Now, what it should be doing is the Crime and Disorders Act, Section 31, is what it should have been looking at. Which I'll just let it read it out to you.
F1 Racially or religiously aggravated public order offences. 1. A person is guilty of an offence under this section if he commits a. An offence under Section 4 of the M1 Public Order Act 1986, fear or provocation of violence. B. An offence under Section 4A of that Act, intentional harassment, alarm or distress, or C. An offence under Section 5 of that Act, harassment, alarm or distress, which is F2 racially or religiously aggravated.
So, because he said she looks like a ninja, that could be covered under Section 4 or 4A of that Act. So let's go to that Act, which is Section 4. Let's start with Section 4. A person is guilty of an offence if he uses towards another person threatening, abusive, or insulting words. That is a key one in this one, insulting words or behaviour. The next bit is irrelevant because it's not got any written signs or visual representation, which is threatening, abusive, or insulting. The key word on this is insulting. You could have insulted her by saying she looked like a ninja. No, it ain't being funny, but all you have to do is Google ninja and you will see that the resemblance is pretty close. So that within itself, I believe, is relevant. Now, is this 4A? There's 4A. A person is guilty of an offence if with intention, there's keyword, with intention to cause a person harassment, alarm or distress. He uses threatening, abusive or insulting words. So key again, insulting words or behaviour or disorderly behaviour, or displays any written sign or visual representation which is threatening, abusive or insulting. So this is where we have no freedoms, basically. Freedom of speech does not exist because if you use an insulting word, which can be any word because people get insulted by the smallest things, you can call somebody a potato and they would get offended. You can... It's a bit ridiculous that this is in there. Now, Roland Atkinson did try to get this word taken out of the legislation, which he did manage to do in Section 5, which he also mentions. Uses threatening or abusive words or behaviour or disorderly behaviour, or displays any written signs with or other visual representation which is threatening, abusive, blah de blah de blah. Now, I honestly believe that the only thing they could actually do him on is this section, but then they'd have to prove that he used insulting words, which could possibly be the word ninja. Calling somebody a ninja could be insulting. And they could say it was racially biased because she is Muslim. But then it would work again with the other hand, wouldn't it, where there was being abusive towards a Pakistani man or Bangladeshi guy walking by with his family, or the fact that they was throwing insults towards Jewish people. Now, I'm ranting on, but that's basically what I believe it should have gone, not a Section 50, because it's not antisocial what it's doing at all. I would say they're the ones being antisocial, causing harassment, alarm and distress by following people around and putting cloths in front of their face. But that's just me. Let's continue on the video.
We'll win you being arrested. Okay.
All right, arrest me then. Because I ain't done nothing wrong.
Section
It's all on video, mate.
Okay.
It's all on video. What's your calling number?
Charlie Sierra 637. You're under arrest at the moment.
What the fuck you doing?
You're under arrest. Mate.
Yeah, you just took my phone off of it.
I can turn your phone off.
All right then. So I honestly believe I've already said enough. This cop has used the wrong legislation to try and force details out of this person under antisocial behaviour, the Police Reform Act, which is covered, which has to be antisocial behaviour, and what he was doing was not antisocial behaviour. The only thing he could have been done, like I said in the video, was for the insult, which is a Section 4, so he could have gone the Section 4 route, or he could have gone the more serious route, which is obviously the hate crime, the Crime and Disorder Act. He could have gone that route, but he never. He's misused his powers to try and force him to give details. Now, it would have been very interesting to see what he actually got booked in for. Which I know Audit and You Next actually watches the videos, so hopefully you can let us know in the comments what he actually got booked in for, and then it will be pinned so you can all thing it. And then if he ever does an update of an outcome of this incident, I'll let you all know on that as well. I'm not going to say too much in the video. I've already had my opinion on what I believe about the hate crime, because they did the exact same thing. I'd also said there was causing harassment, alarm and distress, they're supporting a terror group, which is not tolerated. This is what's wrong with the government at the minute, because they're allowing this to continue on our streets. Like I already said, I think our country's got more than enough problems without getting involved in other problems. As people gonna be freezing this summer, this winter, because they can't afford heating. You've got the government taking the money off the pensioners. They've now just put up all of our taxes, so all our taxes are going to go through the roof. Our country is in absolute turmoil. The same thing happened last time Labour was in charge. They destroyed our economy, and they're going to do the same thing again. They promised not to put taxes up, and the first thing they did is put taxes up. They are disgraceful. Now, that's just my opinion. If you don't like it, then tough titty. I'm not going to say too much more. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.